guys, welcome back to my channel. I posted a video a few days ago, well several days ago I guess by the time this airs, with a dancing string pull is what I called it. It was a very large canvas and I did a string pull over an abstract painting, and I thought I'd do a little bit more of a close-up tutorial for it because like I said, it was a pretty large canvas and so my camera was far away. I accidentally cut off the beginning part of the video when I posted it, so it wasn't really a tutorial per se. I guess it was just kind of a video of my process. So I thought I would do a tutorial for it with a little bit more explanation and a little closer up to the canvas. So this is just a canvas panel that I slapped some paint on. Forgive the noises in the background. I'm going to close this door real quick. So, anyway, this is just a canvas panel that I slapped some paint on for the sake of this video. And that's what my other one was. It was just, it wasn't a pour, it was just regular paint. And this is, it's a little bit shiny because it's Arteza, and Arteza has a gloss to it. So, anyway, it's just brushed on paint. It is not a pour, although you could certainly do it over a pour. So, in this cup, oh, I'm out of water. I have just Floetrol. I'm probably going to need more water than this. Well, that might do. Actually, that's probably about perfect. Okay, so I just put a little bit of water in there. As you can see, I had just barely any in there. So, just a little bit, and, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. I haven't put my table back up since I worked on that large canvas. Basically, you just want it fluid enough to cover your canvas. Be just a little bit smooth so it kind of self-levels as opposed to just kind of pools on there. So now I'm going to just kind of tilt it a little bit. So I used Perfetto paints last time, and I'll have a link to that one down in the description box so that if you want to see the larger canvas you can. And at the end of this video I'll post a picture of both, this one as when it's dry and then the other one. But anyway, so I used Perfetto paints, and their metallic paints are just the right consistency for this, so they didn't even need thinned down or anything. So I didn't put Floetrol in them. Oh, look, I'm getting bubbles. I didn't put Floetrol in them, and I didn't put silicone in them. For this one, though, since I'm just doing this as a tutorial, I'm not like trying to make anything beautiful here. And the Perfetto paints are kind of pricey. So I'm just using some of my regular fluid acrylics, which is going to be just fine. To do the dancing string pulls. The only problem with this is once you have the Floetrol on, you really can't see your first layer. So you kind of, you know, if there's something specific in mind you want to do, you kind of need to know your layout a little bit. So there is not on this one. My other one I had something specific in mind. This one I do not. So, and like I said, I'm not going for anything gorgeous or anything. Now the Perfetto paints makes a really neat webby look without any silicone or anything. So, ooh, what dropped in there? We'll see how this does. Excuse me. So I'm going to just put my string in my paint. This is my normal mix because this was for another painting. This is my normal fluid acrylic mix. I'm going to save both ends, and I'm just dipping my string in there, and then I'm going to use my stick to kind of get some of that paint out so it's not quite coated quite as heavily. And then I'm just going to take my string and I'm going to dance it across the canvas. That's why I called it the dancing string pull. And then it does this, it's what the Perfetto paint does without any silicone. It makes this really, really pretty. I'm going to put this back in the purple. They're really pretty, kind of just webby patterns. So I'm going to go in for another color. Let's do this. This is Payne's Gray mixed with a little bit of white. You know what? I need another stick, don't I? Excuse me. I don't want any of that blue in there, or that light blue. That light blue is, oh, what's that called? It's right there. Light blue violet from Basics. I love that color. Okay, so I'm going to take my dark blue, which is my Payne's Gray, let's start down here. And I'm just gonna take my string, same thing, woo, dance it across the canvas. Isn't that neat what that does? Just makes a really, really neat effect. So I'm gonna do some of this purple. Oops, why did I do that? Does that have any of the light blue on there? The only problem, you do have to use a different string if you go through other colors and that color gets on there. Obviously, unless, oops, that one needs cut. Unless you don't mind mixing a little bit. Some colors that wouldn't matter as much. If you're like using 2 blues or 2 greens or something. Okay, so going with my purple. I really like those 2 colors. I almost hate to use this purple. But I'm going to use it. So let's go down by the Payne's Gray. I'm going to dance it across the canvas. Now, one thing I learned from the last time I did it on the large canvas, I didn't have quite as much Floetrol. It was a little bit thicker. I like it. This seems to be a little bit thinner. And what I like, yeah, definitely, because I ran my finger through it and it just ran right back together. This is definitely the consistency the Floetrol should be. So, anyway, if there's a spot on your canvas that doesn't have as much Floetrol on it, it will drag, the string will drag and leave more paint behind. Not necessarily a bad thing if that's what you're going for, but you can see on the larger one I did where it did drag on some areas. It didn't have as much Floetrol. And like I said, that link will be in the description box, and I'll throw up a picture at the end of the large canvas. It was a 24 by 36. And it was the same thing. It was just an abstract painting with these layers on it. I'm going to go from this side. I'm trying to keep in mind that there is a painting underneath, but the painting that's underneath this one has like no details. So it's not going to make too much difference. Okay, I think I'm going to go, oh, I really like that. It's not getting muddy. Oh, look, that looks like a butterfly ring. It is not getting muddy at all, which is great because I wasn't sure how many times I could go through it without it getting muddy or just kind of morphing into, kind of ugliness. I've only done this technique. This is the 3rd time I've done it. So, I'm still working out some of those kinks and details with the new technique. Like the Floetrol, this is definitely the consistency you want it. I'm going to go in with the blue one more time up here, and then I'm going to take that Payne's Gray through it. I might do a little bit of pink too, because I like that Payne's Gray on top of these light colors. Okay, so let's dance our way across the canvas. Okay. Now, you definitely need a lot of string for this, but like I said, you just don't want to, ooh, I'm going to go in with the pink. You don't want your colors in your cups to get muddy. Okay, I'm going to have to hurry because I'm about out of memory on my phone. I can hear it getting mad at me. Okay, I'm going to go with one more pink and then one more of that Payne's Gray and call it good. Okay, so let's start from up here so that it doesn't all quite have pink. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit, and then one more with Payne's Gray. And then I will be back after I do this last dance in string. I'll be back after it's dry because it will, obviously it will look completely different because this Floetrol is going to dry clear. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box for sure. And we'll explore this technique even more. I'm going to go through here real quick. One more time. Okay. And there we go. That is super cool. I'm not going to hit it with a torch or anything. I love this spot right here. It looks like a butterfly wing. So let me know what you think. Check out the description bar for the larger canvas. And I will be back in a couple days. Well, in a minute for you. A couple days for me when this is all dry and we can see the layer underneath. Super duper quick. I wanted to do some close-ups before it was dry with this white background, because you can definitely do this technique with just canvas painted white or black or just a one solid color, and then these details would really stand out. You could do like the whole canvas. This doesn't have to be a painted background. Oh, that's really pretty. It was just the way I chose to do it, but it would be really, really neat with a solid background as well, and these details would really shine. So I did want to show you some close-ups before it was dry, while we could see all those details against the white. Okay, and this time, really, I will be back with the dried painting. Okay, so here it is completely dry, and you can see where the Floetrol dried completely clear, and you can see that original painting underneath, if my phone will focus on it. So this is just a fun little technique you can use if you want to add to a pour in just one area, or if you just want to play around with some negative space, because you can do as much or as little as you want. This one I did quite a bit. The last one I did just one little area. So it's just really fun. You can do a lot of different things with it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. Links to the other videos will be in the description bar. You can also join me on Facebook on Fluid Art Fanatics group if you have questions or just want to show your work. If you try this out, I'd love to see your pictures. So you can join that group. My Facebook page for my ethereal orb is on there as well. So hope to see you in lots of different places, and make sure you just say hello in the comments so I know you're out there, and we will see you next time, guys. Happy pouring!